queen was buried in another woman's body, the Giza Plateau, 1903. Dust devils danced across the sand as Egyptian workers, overseen by the meticulous archaeologist Dr. Walter Emery, chipped away at the rock face. For weeks, they'd been excavating a seemingly unremarkable tomb near the Great Pyramid, its entrance almost completely hidden by centuries of drifting sand. Emery, driven by intuition more than concrete evidence, believed this anonymous tomb held a secret. Finally, after days of painstaking work, the entrance gave way, revealing a descending passage leading to a sealed burial chamber. The air hung thick with the musty scent of antiquity as they breached the final barrier. Inside, sarcophagi lay undisturbed. Funerary objects glinted in the lamplight, and hieroglyphs whispered stories of the afterlife. One sarcophagus, clearly more elaborate than the others, bore the cartouche of Queen Angib, a relatively obscure ruler from the First Dynasty, over 2,000 years before. But as Emery prepared to document his find, a disquieting detail emerged. The skeletal remains within the queen's sarcophagus were not those of a woman. If this wasn't Angib, then who was it? And where was the rightful queen? Suspicion immediately fell upon the local Bedouin tribes. Tomb raiding was rife in Egypt at the time, fueled by poverty and the insatiable demand of European collectors. Could this be a simple case of grave robbery gone wrong, and the thieves, in their haste to loot the tomb, somehow disturbed the remains and replaced the queen with a random body? Emery meticulously examined the burial chamber for signs of forced entry, but found none. The seals on the sarcophagus, while ancient, appeared unbroken. He interviewed the local villagers, offering rewards for information, but met only with blank stares and wary silence. The hieroglyphs offered no clues. They simply proclaimed Angib's glorious reign and her journey to the afterlife. Frustrated, Emery focused on the skeletal remains themselves. Preliminary analysis revealed that the individual was a male, relatively young, and appeared to have suffered a violent death. Further examination uncovered a fractured skull, suggesting a fatal blow to the head. Was this a random victim, carelessly discarded in the queen's final resting place? Or was there a more sinister explanation lurking beneath the sands? The investigation took an unexpected turn when a young, ambitious Egyptologist named Evelyn Hayes joined Emery's team. Hayes, fresh from Oxford, possessed a sharp intellect and an uncanny ability to decipher ancient texts. She began to re-examine the hieroglyphs, focusing not just on their literal meaning, but on their subtle symbolism and potential double meanings. One inscription, previously dismissed as a standard funerary invocation, caught her eye. It spoke of the protector, a loyal servant who would guard the queen's secrets, even in death. Hayes theorized that the male body wasn't a random victim, but rather a high-ranking official, perhaps a bodyguard or advisor, who had sacrificed himself to protect Angib. But protect her from what? And why was he buried in her sarcophagus? Hayes proposed a radical theory. Angib had been the victim of a coup, a conspiracy orchestrated by a rival faction seeking to seize power to protect her remains from desecration. A loyal servant had taken her place, allowing Angib to be secretly buried elsewhere. Her true resting place, hidden from her enemies. Was this elaborate deception a testament to loyalty, or a desperate attempt to rewrite history? The race was on to find Angib's true tomb. Emery, initially skeptical of Hayes' theory, was now convinced that they were dealing with something far more complex than a simple tomb robbery. He launched a comprehensive survey of the surrounding area, focusing on hidden chambers and unexplored passages. Meanwhile, Hayes delved deeper into the historical records, searching for any evidence of political turmoil during Aingeb's reign. She discovered fragmented accounts of a power struggle within the royal court, whispers of treachery and assassination. One papyrus fragment, barely legible, mentioned a rival queen, a woman named Neithotep, who had allegedly plotted against Aingib. Could Neithotep be behind the conspiracy to erase Aingib from history? Just as they felt they were closing in on the truth, a devastating blow struck. The skeletal remains disappeared. One morning, the sarcophagus was found empty. The bones vanished without a trace. Had someone stolen the evidence to bury the truth forever? Or was this a final, desperate attempt to mislead the investigation?